How you doing, Duff here? And what you see here is my KingSong 18L. Yes, it's finally arrived. I'm not sure how many months it's been since I put my deposit down. 3, 4, 5, I don't know, I lost track. And there's a whole backstory with how I had to actually get this because of some issues with the shipping, but it is finally here. So I skipped the conventional unbox thing. You know, I kind of find unboxings a little bit boring where people pull things out of the box and tell you what's in the box. But I will tell you quickly the basics. You know, it comes with the power supply, which is a 1.5 amp power supply. It does have 2 charging ports on it, so you could actually hook up 2 of these at once to get 3 amps of charging if you wanted to. Right here is the charge port, the 2 charge ports, as well as a mud flap. Charge port is on the back. It came with instructions, of course, and also it came with 2 fuses. Those of you familiar with KingSong know that one of their safety mechanisms, if there's a over amperage situation in the wheel, it will pop a fuse. So it's nice that they give you 2 spare fuses. So as far as the wheel itself, I did ride it a little bit last night, not much. Let me just go over the couple things that I do notice so far on it. The headlight on this thing, I rode it last night. I actually ran last night and then took it out for a ride afterward. The headlight on this thing is bright. It's great. And the way that it's angled, it actually shoots out probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 feet in front of you. So it really does a good job. The side lights are cool. I just have them on the default setting right now, where it just looks like a rainbow basically, but there's 4 different settings. You can customize the lights however you want. There's 4 different patterns, and then you can customize the light settings in the pattern as well. Trolley handle is very nice, although I know people have been having some issues with the handle. It's been working good for me. Easy to engage, easy to move around, and I also like the lift feature. You know, where it disengages after you lift it, so you don't have to worry about the wheel spinning out on you. That is something you can disable in the app if you want to, but at least so far I like it. Did I mention? These are the USB ports on the front. If you want to charge your phone or some other USB device, you can do that off of the wheel battery if you want to. And also, all KingSongs have integrated Bluetooth speakers, which I've tested out. Work fine. I've never had a wheel that has Bluetooth speakers, so that's something I might find enjoyable. Playing music while I ride, I've never tried that before, so that would be kind of cool. As far as the ride experience so far, and I'm going to be going for a ride to Dunkin' Donuts, so I'll give you more commentary on that as I'm doing it. But so far, it seems super smooth, man, super stable. It's a well-built wheel. You can tell from the first 10 seconds that you're just on a well-built wheel. Really, really nice. I just wanted to do a couple comparisons with some of my other wheels that are of a similar category. Alright, so there you see the 18L next to my M Super V3. Even though they're both 18-inch wheels, the 18L appears to be a bigger wheel, but it really is not, at least as far as the tire goes. Looking at the pedal height looks very similar, very close. And right there is my 18L compared to the massive Gotway Monster. Monster still is massive, but you know, 18L is holding its own. I would say the Monster is probably maybe 2 inches taller to the top of the case than the 18L. Pedal height, Monster pedal height is higher. Okay, I'm on the road after a slight delay. Doing the Dunkin' Donuts ride. Figure that's a great way for me to see how this wheel feels cruising. From my riding yesterday, last night, it felt very, very smooth. I had the pedals on the hardest setting, and it does feel hard. Acceleration and deceleration is very, very steady. I was going to bring the selfie stick, but I forgot, so we're just going to be doing this old school. I did bring my GPS, so I have real-time speed feedback. As you can see, we're cruising at 20. I had the wheel charging all night, and it's weird. When I brought up the app, it showed I was at 77% battery, which I'm not quite sure why that is, if it was charging all night. And the charger had a green light on it. So we'll see what it says at the end. I can tell you already, it's super easy to go fast in this thing. Doing 21 feels like nothing. Feels very, very monster-esque in that way. Super stable, super smooth. Oh, so let me talk about the whole shipment snafu. So originally, when this got shipped by eWheels from California, it had a estimated delivery date of Thursday, August 2nd. So of course I was watching this the whole way across the country, and I was pumped when I saw it had a scan Sunday already in Florida, someplace in the Panhandle. It was already in Florida. I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna get this thing early. So anyways, it crosses into the Florida border on Sunday night, and then for some reason it takes 2 days to get to Central Florida, and there's a scan Tuesday, like late Tuesday, close to midnight in Central Florida. I'm like, okay, well, so much for getting it early. So it arrives in Central Florida Tuesday, and then another 24 hours passes, and I get a scan that it was in like something like Belle Isle, which is Central Florida, but then it moved from there to Orlando, which is very close to Belle Isle, but it took 24 hours. And there was a scan of it leaving Orlando Wednesday evening at like 6 p.m. Wow. I just got my first KingSong tilt back, along with a please decelerate. I need to get to 200 kilometers to unlock the top speed on it, so this is step one in getting there. Yeah, I'm jumping up to 22, and that's where I'm getting my tilt back. Yeah, it's so easy to go fast in this thing. Yeah, just getting little tiny tilt backs. All right, so anyways, it leaves Orlando Wednesday night. I'm like, okay, well, at least it'll arrive on time. I expected to wake up the next morning and see a scan in Fort Myers and truck and on truck for delivery. And whoa, I gotta check the app and see where my battery is showing. More tilt back. All right, I'm gonna try to keep it 1920. It's hard to do. All right, so I wake up Thursday morning excited to get the wheel. Check the status first thing, and there's no status change. Last information was still leaving Orlando at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm like, oh shit. I tried to be optimistic and thought, okay, well maybe they missed a scan. I guess it happens, and crossed my fingers, went to work, and checked the status multiple times during the day. All right, so all during the day, Thursday, checking the status, no change in status. Technically it wasn't late until 8 p.m., but I called when I got home, maybe between 6 and 7, saying, hey, what's going on? There's no status change, it's supposed to be delivered today, and there's nothing going on. So the person on the phone was looking at the same information I was, so they couldn't really tell me anything. But he did open up a trace case, I guess, where they contact, I don't know, the distribution center, I guess, and try to find out what the hell's going on. I really hope it doesn't rain on me. That would totally suck. So I have a trace case opened, and I get a call later Thursday evening from the trace department, just asking for details about the shipment, asking what it was, what it was worth, approximately how big the box was. And I'm like, oh great, man, just tell me someone stole the thing, or you know, it got, I don't know, it got damaged in shipping. That's just my luck. You know, I've been waiting for this thing forever, and now I'm not going to get it. So Thursday night comes and goes, and I received no further information, and there's no change in the status online. So Friday morning, the trace department doesn't open up until 9 a.m. and I call and say, hey, what's the latest and greatest? So they put me on hold, and I guess they called to the Fort Myers Distribution Center. I was probably on hold for 4 or 5 minutes, and they came back and said, I have good news. We found your package. So I'm like, okay, great, that's great. I'm glad you guys found it. So what's the deal? They said that it appeared that somehow the label on it was missing. Somehow between Orlando and on the way to Fort Myers, the label was no longer there. Don't ask me how that would happen, considering it was already went 3,000 miles across the country, but they said the label was missing. So I had the option to, they would put a new label on it, and it could be delivered to me today, Saturday. Or if I wanted to, I could pick it up. And I'm like, well, duh, I'll take the latter option. So what I did is, hey Bun Bun. What I did was use my lunch hour yesterday, and I drove all, oof. My back was in a bad position for that little jolt. Oof. I took my lunch hour and I drove all the way up to the Fort Myers Distribution Center, which was like 30 miles away. On my lunch yesterday, got the box, and yeah, here it is. I actually did my official unboxing right there in the FedEx parking lot. I opened it up, pulled the wheel out, and just turned it on just to make sure that everything was working. Just did a little loop around the parking lot up there. Seemed to be working fine, other than a low battery. And yeah, that was how I finally got my 18L. Pedals so far don't feel bad. They're a good size. Similar in size to the M Super pedals, I think. You know, I'm feeling the beginnings of some minor foot pain, but that's all the time for me. It never really goes away, so I'll be fine. Carving on an EUC is fun, but carving on a one wheel is more fun. At least in my opinion. I'll tell you one thing I'm not great at on this yet is doing tight turns. I don't know if it's I'm rusty because I haven't been riding EUCs basically for a month. But yeah, I definitely cannot do a tight turn. To do my turnarounds, I was using almost this entire width of the pathway. So definitely need to practice. I can see areas of rain falling in front of me. I'm really hoping I don't get wet. Really. I like the stiff pedal setting. I think it's called Experienced or something like that. Like I said, it was the way that it came out of the box, but yeah, feels good. All right, here comes the shitty part of this ride. You can see the columns of rain falling from those clouds in front of me. Maybe you can see them. Probably can't see them on the GoPro, I guess. I don't know if I mentioned this is an afternoon Dunkin' Donuts run, by the way. It's usually in the morning, but yeah, it's probably about 4:30, 4:45 right now. Here we go. Oh man, I don't want to get wet. All right, I made it. Live to ride another day. All right, so at this point, I'm probably within a mile of Dunkin' Donuts, so I can tell you the 18L is an extremely capable and comfortable open road cruiser. I mean, I expected that, but yeah, it feels great. Solid, fast, and just imagine once you get the 200 kilometer unlock, in theory this thing has a top end of 31 miles an hour, which is basically the same as my Monster. So impressive stuff. Haven't checked the tire pressure yet. I guess I need to check it. It feels fine to me, but I'll check it because I have a new air compressor that actually I want to show you guys that is kind of awesome. We made it. All right, I just realized I filled my SD card. I used the function in the GoPro to delete. You only have two options when you're deleting stuff off the GoPro: all or last. So I'm hoping last doesn't mean the most recent, and instead the oldest. I guess I'll find out when I get home. And it is starting to rain, by the way. Not hard, but it is starting. All right, so as I was saying, we awoke at 2 a.m. roughly, and it smelled awful. It smelled like Elsa farted, I guess, but really bad, really strong. Like Cindy woke up first and she said something and woke me up, and it was like cover your face stench. It was that bad. So I turned on the fan in there, thought it would dissipate. Didn't dissipate. Cindy got up, turned on the bathroom light, and she had a look of horror as she looked at the bed. Elsa had shit on the bed, diarrhea. So that began, I don't know, an hour, 90-minute ordeal where we stripped the bed, ran her outside, started to bleach everything, put different bed sheets on. Yeah, I mean, she was really sick. I mean, I took her out and she went some more. So, and the stench was amazing. I mean, it was really horrific. Just put it that way. So yeah, so we didn't get that nice sound night of sleep that we were hoping for. But yeah, that's part of what you sign up for with pet ownership, I guess. So I'm wondering at one point, because I know from watching other guys do range on the 18L, as the battery level goes down, it starts to speed throttle you. Right now I'm doing 21, no tilt back. And like I said, when I arrived at Dunkin' Donuts, it showed I was at 46% battery, so this could be interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm just trying to stay like 20-ish, something like that. Again, feels very comfortable. Yes, I'm still working on my 4,000 subscriber video. I've not had a chance to do it yet. Getting there, hopefully this weekend maybe, we'll see. Just getting a few drops of rain from that really dark cloud above me. So I'm hoping we can ride out from under it very shortly. So I've had a very busy day up until this point. Most of my weekends are busy. Woke up after our diarrhea fun in the middle of the night. Woke up like 7:15 and headed outside, did the chicken cleanup, our morning chicken cleanup, which is always tons of fun. And then I went around and weeded the property. And then I spent probably upwards of 90 minutes weed whacking. It's crazy how long it takes to weed whack if you do everything. It takes too long. Did that. Hopped in the pool to cool off, and while I was in the pool I took a grout brush, went around the pool, and I scrubbed all the grout in the coping of the pool because it was kind of green and nasty. Had lunch, and then went outside, replaced 2 more steering arm components on the tractor, then gassed it up and mowed the tractor. I mowed the yard, and it was a bit of a pain in the ass because the drive belt on the tractor is slipping. So like whenever I hit any sort of incline whatsoever, it would like slow down to like next to nothing, and if it was really steep it wouldn't even do it. So So I have to put a new drive belt on it as well. So yeah, did all that, and finally got done maybe a little before 4. Told Cindy, hey, I'm gonna ride my electric unicycle to Dunkin' Donuts, and yeah, that's the way my days go. And it sounds like I'm complaining, and maybe I am in some way, but I'm the type of person that I need to be busy, I need to be doing things, I need to be accomplishing stuff, and if I don't, I feel like shit. So, you know, just it's the way I am. I can tell you so far, I have no speed limiting. I just got a tilt back. I was at almost 22 again, but yeah, it's not throttling me back yet. I'm just wondering if that battery indicator was not correct. Whoa. Now that was a little bit of a scary tilt back. I was just cruising along, and all of a sudden the tilt back and the please decelerate message kicked in. I'm thinking that I might have finally hit the battery associated throttle down. That one made me jump. Was not prepared for it. So I'm gonna keep it like 18, 19, or try to at least. I mean, at this point I'm only about 4 miles out, so it should be fine. Just might have to do it a little bit slower. So me getting this wheel is going to mean somewhere in the not so distant future, I'll be probably putting my M Super V3 up for sale. You know, to me, I don't really see the need to have two 18-inch wheels. You know, I'm not Marty, so yeah. So if you want to get in line for a very reliable and a piece of my EUC history, complete with still missing the bite mark out of the pad from Elsa, chewing on it a couple months after I got it. Yeah, I'll be looking to sell it. I think I have the original box. It has a new case, because if you remember, I pretty much destroyed the old case learning to go backwards in that thing. So it does have a new case, but yeah, it works fine. I'll have to check the mileage on it. I'm not sure how many miles are on it. I'm still carrying 20 miles an hour. So I think I might have just all of a sudden creeped up on 22 unexpectedly, and that's why it jumped in like that. If I haven't said it before, it's easy to go fast on an 18L. Coffee is officially kicked. Oh, I forgot to mention my Meepo V2P kicktail style is scheduled to arrive Wednesday. It's going to be interesting. Finally got a new battery for my GoPro, so the old ones I had, they were starting to swell, and I wouldn't be able to do this whole ride without like turning the battery on and off. And I actually got an official GoPro battery instead of a knockoff, and yeah, so far the battery life's been a lot better. Maybe I'll put a link in the description below. So at this point I'm like 17 miles into the ride. My feet feel a little tingly, a little numb, but not terrible. So yeah, pedals officially are comfortable as anything else that I have. Just got another please decelerate. I was accelerating from a stoplight, and the GPS said I was only doing 19. So yeah, I think I'm getting more into the speed limiting because the battery's getting lower. It's still fine. I think it was just a matter of leaning into it a little hard, because now I'm back up to, whoa!
Please decelerate.
Whoa! Okay, well you saw that. Yeah, that's a little... That's off-putting. That's too fast of a tilt back. Oof. And you can see my reaction. We're going to decelerate. Yeah, I just popped open the app. It says 26% battery, so I need to slow down. I'll be very interested when I charge this overnight to see what it shows at the end. I certainly hope the charger can bring it up to 100%. I'm keeping it like 16, 17 just to be safe. I'm hoping to keep it out of the 20% range, because I can't remember his name, damn it. The guy from Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, I don't know. But I remember watching him doing a range test on his 18L, and he got, I think it was 20%. it started beeping constantly, and it was annoying AF. Very annoying. So I'm hoping to avoid that scenario. Got about less than 2 miles to go now. If I had a full charge in this thing, it's about a 1 kilowatt hour battery, so I should be able to do this ride no problem, because it's only 20 miles. But oh, there's some tilt back. Yeah.
Please decelerate.
Whoa, man, that's too jerky, man. Man, if I was like going at top speed and I got that kickback, it could be ugly. 1 mile to go. 1 mile to go. We'll limp it home, 16 miles an hour or so.
Please decelerate.
Or maybe slower. Jeez. It's the only other shitty part of the ride where you got no bike lane. Yeah, most people, they're nice and they'll move over, but some people are not so nice. I know it's hard to believe. Did you know that the battery in the One Wheel XR, I think it's only like 325 watt hours, which is similar to what was in my original Ninebot 1E Plus. And once I found that out, it made it even more amazing that I was able to do the Dunkin' Donuts ride on that board with a 325 watt hour board battery. It's amazing. That thing must be extremely efficient. Just, I mean, to get 20 miles out of that, incredible.
Please decelerate.
We keep decelerating. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but I mean, I didn't start with 100% charge, so if I did, I'd be able to do this full ride without any sort of speed limiting probably whatsoever. So, you know, just got to figure that charging snafu out. So I only need to do the Dunkin' Donuts ride like 5 more times, and I should have the 200 kilometers necessary to unlock top speed. Alright, looks like we made it. Look at that nicely mowed and weed whacked lawn. Must have been a lawn service to make it look so nice, huh? It's awesome. Alright, look at my lights there. I'm down to 3 lights. I think that horrible beeping started when he was down to 2 lights, so looks like I at least avoided that scenario. Let's see what the app says. The app's okay, the app says 24% battery. The wheel is at 48 degrees Celsius, so it's actually slightly cooler than it was at Dunkin' Donuts. Total mileage 44 kilometers. Current mileage. Okay, so I got 44 kilometers on it, and looks like it was a 44 minutes to ride back here. All right. So it's a fun ride. Like I said, the 18L is definitely a capable cruising wheel, without a doubt. And other than the not having a full charge when I started, it performed very, very well. Very comfortable at speed, very stable, comfortable overall, not just at speed. It feels like a really, really well-made wheel, and I'm excited to test it out some more this weekend. So we will be doing so. So if you found this video interesting, fun, entertaining, or if you just want to help me out, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time in the channel, please consider subscribing. You will be seeing a lot more 18L content. You'll be getting more of my thoughts on the wheel, and yeah, that'll be coming. So please consider subscribing if you're looking for more of that. And that's all I got for you for now. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope the rest of your weekend is enjoyable as well. Until next time, Duckman out.